Hey, how's it going? This is Josh from Books by Josh, and this is episode 54 of the Books by Josh audio immersion. This episode is titled The Cost of Different. So, why did I title this way? Because in episode 19, I've made an episode titled Be Different. So, I'm talking about the cost of being different or the cost of different. I am not a normal person. I always say that even though I consider myself an average Josh, and that's my tagline in all my business cards. But I don't follow social norms. So I write poetry and I publish it online for people to read, critique, comment, do whatever they want with it. So when I post poetry on my personal Facebook account, I get comments that shouldn't be getting. I know I write dark poetry. I write some light stuff too, but I prefer dark poetry because that's who I am. And I receive comments thinking I'm suicidal. I get phone calls right after poems. I get text messages that I really don't want to post on my personal social media anything ever again because of the backlash I have. But when I post on all poetry or writing.com, I get wonderful comments. True, one or two people may think I'm suicidal, but they enjoy the poems. That's the whole thing. I try and express myself with suicidal tendencies. Something I'm just trying to appeal to the people that like dark poetry, like Edgar Allan Poe, Emily Dickinson. You know, the poems I read growing up. And people don't say it that way. I only have like 400 friends, and they all think I'm crazy. But that's the cost of being different. And it ties into my writing style and my blog. And I go on the subreddits for podcasting, for self published author, for blogging, entrepreneurs, all these different subreddits. And everybody's like, oh man, I just reached 5,000 views on my blog. I had my blog up for 2 months and I'm getting 5,000 views, getting some ad revenue. Yeah. It's like, that's not me because I don't want to be limited in a box. The box is a niche. I don't have a particular niche. I talk about anything. I just did a book review on Willie Nelson's biography, autobiography. And I'm not a big country fan. I'm from New York City. Started listening country like 9 months ago because why not? And that's the whole thing. I'm different, and the cost of being different and doing things my way is less views than a normal blog would get. Sure, I could do a technology blog. I know technology like the inside of my hand. I don't know why people say back of the hand. I don't look at the back of my hand. I look at the inside of my hand. So I've worked in technology since 2006. Know it so well. I could buy phones and review them, things like that, and get a real livable income off of it. But that's not me. I want to be different from everybody else. Everyone's doing that. If I go where the puck has been, why not go where the puck is going? You know? So that's the cost of being different for me. It's like my book. I just recently dropped the price on my book, and I decided until I can write a 500-page book, I'm not, or over 300-page book on ebook standard, I'm not gonna price my book more than $1. I feel like I'm robbing the reader. If you buy my book for $4 and it's 120 pages, which is the original book I published, you might think to yourself, "Man, it was a okay book, but I paid $4 for this. Maybe $1, $2, but $4? Come on. I don't know if I want to read this guy, but if you pick up at $1 and say, wow, this was a great book for $1. I can't believe he's writing such books for such a low price. You're more likely to read the next one. But yet again, I'm on these subreddits looking, and I see someone put out a book for $4.99 on sale, by the way, with 54 pages. Sure, you can't judge a book by its cover, but you have to pick out a book online. And it's like I can't see myself doing that. I don't care about making the most bang for my buck putting out a book on Amazon. For those of you that don't know, if you put your book at $1, you're taking 35% royalties. So if the book sells for $1, you get 35 cents. Sure, you can have your book for $3.99 and still get 35 cents on the dollar, or 35%. But people don't, because after $2.99, you hit the threshold for 70% royalty. 70 cents on the dollar, $3, $2.10. So sell one book, you make $2.10 rather than 35 cents. You see the difference? But the thing is, it's not always about taking the bigger cut. Sure, you might sell 1,000 books, and $2 at 1,000 books is $2,000, as opposed to 35 cents at 1,000 books. That's $350. You're losing a lot of money there, $1,800 or $1,750. And you might think to yourself, Josh, why are you doing that? Because I'm not like the traditional person. I'm different. I'd rather take a loss on the book, on the profits, to have more readers, for everybody to be able to enjoy my book. Sure, people could do Kindle Unlimited, but not everybody has that, or Kindle Select program. So, I Amazon, if you do Kindle Select, you can only publish your book on Amazon, and not everybody has Kindle or uses Kindle. I personally read my books off Google Play because I have Google Play credit from the Opinion Rewards, so I use that to buy books. I use Apple Books. I just buy books at discounts. So on Google, I get 52% no matter what I sell it for. The thing is, I'm different. And I said that multiple times when I do podcast episodes about what sets me apart from everybody else. It's like everybody thinks I'm crazy for not running ads on my site. Sure, I can make a couple dollars here or there on the ads, but what's the real point of running ads? They're intrusive. I just sat through a 11-minute Linus Tech Tip video earlier today about how to get around ads and stuff like that through private internet browsing, because people steal your information with ads. So if you want to be like me and be different from society, you have to understand it's gonna come with faults. Not everything's gonna be positive. You won't make as much money as the mainstream. They say, I've gone on Google search how people write things like that, how they break out in the genre, or how to become a better writer, and everybody's like, yeah, stick to the niche, find out what you're good at writing at. I want to write in all genres. I want to write a romance book after I finish this mystery book. Then a drama book. I don't even know what it's classified as. Then a coming of age story. I want to do many different genres. Why? Because it's fun. I don't just listen to one type of music. That'd be boring. I listen to almost every type of music because I want to experience it all. And same thing with my writing. Want to experience all the genres. Hey, you never know. I didn't know I like a romance book until I picked up that Fake and Miss Right a couple weeks ago. It's like I didn't know I like biographies until I read Steve Jobs' biographies way back when it came out. In what, 2011? So that's the whole thing. You don't know what you like until you try it. Hey, I always like cookies and creams, like ice cream, and now I like Rocky Road because I tried something different. I want to be different. The costs are different. Is this, you're gonna be shunned by society? You might not have the biggest Instagram following. You might get laughed at by your peers for doing what you love, but guess what? It'll pay off. Not as much as getting a traditional job, doing the traditional route, going to college, this and that. But if you follow your dreams, if you read my review of the Willie Nelson biography, or if you pick up yourself and read it, you'll see he followed his dream. He was different. He wasn't the traditional country singer. One of his first couple record deals, they wanted him to sound like Johnny Cash with the horns, the symphony in the background, and that wasn't him. And his records weren't selling. Not until he went to Atlantic Records and they gave him creative control, and Columbia did the same, did he flourish as an artist and became the icon he is today, because he was different. And honestly, I didn't know that was going to segue into this, but it's perfect because he was different and he didn't achieve success until he was 40 years of age. Sure. When he was 30, or 29 technically, he wrote the song Crazy and that became a #2 country hit, but he didn't get to sing it. Nobody bought his records, but his record sales started in 1973 when he was 40 years old. And he was doing music already by then for 38 years almost. So, he was different. It took time. Colonel Sanders was different, and he didn't succeed till he was over 50 years old. So remember, guys, if you want to be different, get ready for a long haul. I had no clue how this was going to turn out because I did not script anything. I'm in the dark, and see, it was a different kind of episode, but it was good. Thank you guys for listening. If you liked it, subscribe. If not, there's millions of other podcasts you might like, or just wait until next week's episode before making a decision. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.